Hello Pwn Zone gamers, Kevin here back again with another Team Fortress 2 loadout video. Now to clarify for those of you who may be new to my channel, in the loadout series I do select a previous comment marked with the phrase #loadout, as well as a primary, secondary, and melee combination, and then review it in a video like today's. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And today's loadout, as submitted by YouTube user Chicken Chuck, is the black box, the Contra Roar, and the half Zatoichi for the soldier. Now to start off this discussion, I just wanted to say that I thoroughly enjoyed playing this loadout. Soldier, as many of you guys already know, is one of my favorite classes to play in Team Fortress, and I really love the way that the items of this loadout work together. Now if I had to classify the overall feel of this loadout, I would have to say that it focuses on what I like to call health management. So let's go ahead and dive into some of the individual stats on the weapon to kind of understand a little bit more what I mean. So first off, in our primary slot, we have the black box rocket launcher. It gives you only 3 rockets as compared to the default 4 of the regular rocket launcher in Team Fortress, but in return, you're going to get back 15 hit points for each successful hit that you do to an enemy player. So I have found that it doesn't actually work against things like sentries or dispensers or things like that. You actually have to hit a player in order to get that 15 hit points back. Now in the secondary slot we have the Contra Roar, and it acts as a passive item. So what this means is that when you equip it to your loadout, you don't need to have it out or anything like that, you're going to get the benefits of having this item. So what you get is that it's going to give you a steady 2 hit point per second boost to your health just for having it in your loadout, which I thought was really cool. Now also, like many of the other soldier items like the buff banner, with the Contra Roar you can also accumulate a rage benefit by doing damage and getting kills to other enemies you're playing against. Now once you finally accumulate enough damage and kills to get your rage meter full and you blow your magic conch, you're going to have all of your nearby teammates get a speed bonus, and they're also going to receive health back for the damage that they do, kind of like the Scout's Mad Milk. So anybody in the area of you that's doing damage is also going to get a little bit of health back, and they're going to get that speed boost. Now lastly in this loadout we have the half Zatoichi in the melee slot. Now the Zatoichi gives you the most health back because if you get a kill with this weapon, you're going to get back 100% of your health. Now it does because of, with great benefit is going to come a great disadvantage, and so the disadvantage with this weapon is that you better only pull that thing out when you know that you're going to get a kill, because it demands blood, and if you don't get a kill with it, you're not going to be able to put it back away. So you pull the sword out. If you don't get a kill with it, you're not going to be able to pull out your other weapon like your black box or anything else. So the other cool thing with this weapon is that if you see another demo or a soldier that's also wielding the Zatoichi, it's only going to take you 1 hit to immediately kill them. So it's a 1-hit kill on anybody else wielding the same weapon. So some general tips for playing this loadout is that I recommend trying to do as much damage as possible. And you might be thinking, well, isn't that the point whenever you're playing Team Fortress, is to do as much damage as possible? But what I mean is that you don't necessarily need to go for kill shots while playing this loadout. You can really extend the amount of time that you're staying alive by just taking pot shots at your enemies. Remember, with the black box, you're going to be getting back 15 hit points for every hit you do. You don't have to kill them, but you're just going to immediately get back 15 hit points just for hitting them with a rocket or hitting near them with a rocket, because, again, you do get that splash damage benefit with the black box. You don't need to hit them directly. Now you're also going to be building up that rage for your Contra Roar, and the whole time that you're playing this, you're going to be getting back that 2 hit points per second for just equipping the Contra Roar. So you can really kind of play an outskirts kind of game with this, but as you see from the video, I did take it straight into the middle of the battle, and it still really holds up in close quarter combat as well as kind of playing that outskirts game. Now in regard to the Contra Roar, I really did like playing that. I usually don't play that as my secondary class. On the soldier, I usually play the gunboats because I like to rocket jump around. And when I first started playing this, I was kind of concerned that the benefit of the 2 hit points back per second wouldn't really offset the damage, but it really doesn't take too much time to get the damage back that you do to yourself from rocket jumping while playing this class, because again, you're getting that 15 back for any hits you do with the black box, then you have that 2 hit points per second you're getting from the Contra Roar. So it kind of does still work in your benefit if you like to rocket jump around. Now the Contra Roar is also awesome because it kind of makes you invincible to fire, and you might be thinking, well, pyros can still kill you, and that is true, but what I'm talking about is the afterburn from pyros. So this is, of course, if a pyro lights you on fire and then you either run away or you kill the pyro, you're still going to stay on fire, and the damage that's going to do to you is 2 hit points per second. So when you have the Contra Roar on there, you're getting back 2 hit points per second, so it basically negates that effect. So in the same sense, you can also kind of reduce some of the other bleed effects that you might have from other classes. So lastly, with the Contra Roar, I did enjoy the rage effect, but sometimes I kind of felt like the benefit wasn't really worth the target that it made you. Whenever people see a glowing soldier, they automatically think top priority, and they'll just immediately go for you, try and blow you up, try and shoot you, because they probably think that you're wielding the buff banner and they don't want to screw around and try and see what you have on you. So if you are in a situation where you need that extra speed, or you're trying to take a point and you need to give your teammates a little bit of a health buff, then I think that it could be worth it. But in certain circumstances, it might make you more of a target, so you kind of have to play it wisely depending on the situation. Now lastly, with the Zatoichi, I just love playing the Zatoichi. That weapon is super fun to use, and I'm not really sure why. It makes a cool sound, it looks awesome, and it seems to crit pretty much all the freaking time, and I think that's kind of all of that combined is really why I like it. I didn't really mind the honor bound, which is of course pulling it out, needing to get a kill before you can put it back away. I was kind of concerned with that at first, but really you don't usually accidentally switch to your melee weapon unless you're going to go for a kill, or you're in a situation where you're kind of at a last-ditch effort. So I did really enjoy getting back that 100% health. It kind of lets you feel like you just restarted your class, like you just respawned after you get a kill with that. So overall, this was an extremely fun loadout to play. I definitely recommend that you guys check this out, especially if you love playing the soldier. Now, again, make sure and leave your own loadout suggestions with the phrase #loadout in the comments down below to have a chance of me picking it in a future video. Now also make sure and comment pretty much anything down below. It doesn't need to be a loadout. You can put a loadout, you can put a random comment down there. Any of the comments that you leave down below are going to be entered to win one of the weapons that I talked about in today's loadout. So make sure and leave all those comments down below, loadout suggestions, everything there. Make sure and hit subscribe, hit like, go over and check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the description. And until next time, thanks for watching.